Good morning and welcome to episode 1166 of Hard Factor. I checked it. That's the actual number today. It is Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Pat's got sports, drag queens, and liquor in the cup of coffee in the big time. And I hear you've got a toddler in the house too. I feel you on that.
Yeah, well, it's actually in celebration of one of the stories we're covering tonight. So,
good.
Meant to happen.
Good.
Oh, so it'll happen the whole show, the screaming or the crying? Or?
Oh no, and it's done. It's just I like to, it's just like a tease. It's like a foreshadow.
Gotcha.
That's a fantastic tease. I actually had a note.
It's called effects, Mark. Okay, look it up.
Yeah, it's a nifty sound effect. Homegrown.
It's called drama.
I actually,
Mark,
I actually had a note that I needed to start using the Notes app because my toddler just steals all of my sticky notes off my desk. Don't have them anymore.
She's a learner.
He takes
So if
them
I
away
take a
from you,
note.
Yeah, she's organized.
Yeah, no, just nobody knows where they go. Maybe she knows, Mark. You're right.
Yeah.
She knows,
who knows?
bro.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably not. I've got a listener submission lightning round in honor of the old What the Fuck Wednesdays on deck. So
Nice.
I love
used
that.
to be all listeners submitted on Wednesdays.
Kicking it old school.
Old school. And Mark's got some naughty boys in the hole with a 3-run shot to bat us home today.
That's right. They're bad boys. Not good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to keep your toddlers away from one of them.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're saying. I think I know where that's going to go.
I don't know what else to say.
That's good foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I can only imagine all the things you would want to
I
keep.
think that's all you need to say.
For.
That's all.
You guys want to jump right into it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
first, Pat, real quick, one more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been bugging me. Carrots or broccoli if you're going hummus or ranch dip? What do you
Carrots,
guys
100%.
have to pick one?
Yeah, I like baby carrots, but broccoli's good too. I mean, give me ranch or give me death,
Okay, you're just saying ranch over hummus. Carrots or broccoli is what I'm.
I would say carrots definitely for hummus, but ranch is good for both. Carrots wins for me because
Changing my answer back to broccoli. So
Now I'm
Double
you're just keeping
carrots,
me in a
double
pickle.
ranch.
All right, whatever. Let's do the news.
okay, let's get right into it.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay, guys. Lindsay Lohan announced that she's expecting her first child. Congrats, Lindsay. And
Wow.
I got to say, I know from experience, having your first child can be an overwhelming and life-changing event. But luckily for Lohan, she
big,
spent a solid chunk of the middle 2010s on house arrest, so she should be able to seamlessly transition into home confinement. That is parenthood, or as I'm sure she'll call it, the parent trap.
Ho!
Am I right? Yeah, am I right?
Yeah, you're like a prison guard at a low security, horrible prison.
That's true.
It's just inside your home. Yeah,
And your boss is your baby.
right. Is the inmate? Yeah.
Tiny, angry bosses.
What's the age difference between the Olsen twins and Lohan? Lohan's older.
Let me guess this off the top of my head. I think Lohan's a 90 baby and 89, and the Olsen twins are 86, I want to say, would be my guess.
My point is the Parent Trap. She played her own twin, but she doesn't have a twin. Why didn't they just hire the Olsens? They're saving money.
Well,
they're
here's
around
the
the
thing with the
same
Olsens. Here's the thing with the Olsens.
She
Mark.
did smash the Parent Trap. I mean, Lohan crushed it, but I'm just saying they had it right there. They had the Olsen twins, who are twins, in a movie about identical twins.
Okay, so they're the exact same age, 1986.
Why didn't they hire the Olsen twins for that?
So as the Olsens got older, okay, as they got older, they stopped looking like twins because they're not identical twins.
But this was when they were like 12, right? This was like they didn't look. 10.
I also think it might have to do with Haley Mills, who's in the original Parent Trap,
I
played
think
both
they're
roles
saving
as
money.
kind of an
I think they're
homage.
saving money. I think they're saving money trying to pay one person instead of two to play two.
Well, the
roles.
reason they hired identical twins to play one character, that's a good point. The reason they normally do that is to get past child labor laws, so they can work the whole day because they just swap one baby out for another baby.
What year do
Bam.
you think Parent Trap came out?
95.
What year Yeah, 94.
No,
Do you
it
have
came
it?
out later than both you guys think. 98. That's what I was thinking.
98. 98. 98.
It came out deceptively late, which is another reason that they may not have used the Olsen twins.
Yeah, they might have been already into drugs at 12.
Yeah, they had retired by then. They were billionaires.
Yeah.
They retired.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdos. I mean, look, we can't call them weirdos actually, because anyone that grows up on camera, that's not a good life, bro.
No.
You're gonna end up
Oh, it's tough.
like the
Look at
Olsens.
Macaulay Culkin has handled it the best, but you've seen his rise and fall.
Oh,
Like it's been
he came out of the darkness. Yeah, he
what
was
a wild ride it
heroin
was.
for a
Yeah, to
while.
get to where he was today.
That's
yeah.
what they called
Whoa.
Michael Jackson's bedroom, the darkness. But no, I was gonna say,
Didn't one of the Olsen twins kill Heath Ledger?
what do you mean by that? No, the Joker killed Heath Ledger, bro. One of the Olsen twins was dating him earlier.
Left a bunch of pills out around him.
Maybe. I mean, you think they're compensating Michelle Williams and her child because she didn't get left in the will at all. She's out of the will. Michelle Williams. Heath wasn't very responsible. I don't think intentionally. I just think he just didn't tidy up his affairs. Didn't expect to die. I do want to say on Macaulay Culkin, real quick, and then we'll move on. Maybe once a month I Google Macaulay Culkin net worth, and it ranges tremendously. It is a tremendous range if you look at his net worth. I would
Was he
love
really
to
into
know.
crypto or something?
No,
Like
he
and
just
down, up and down.
he was just big in an era where, like, if he had like a piece of the box office, I mean, it was just cash.
I also think it's seasonal with him because of the Home Alones. Like if you look around Christmas time, he might be doing better than
And then he's blowing it
June
all
in the
rest of
summertime. Yeah, he's
year.
I'll tell you what.
those residuals.
I used to manage a
Royalties
band.
dry up, you know.
Yeah,
I used to manage a band that was in Pitch Perfect 3, dude. Every time that fucking thing's on TV, a check comes in. And that's
Exactly.
nothing compared to Home Alone, bro.
It's on all the time on every channel. Yeah,
Imagine his December. It's always nice. Yeah.
December to remember. Guys, Aaron Rodgers has entered into a BDSM sub-dom relationship with the New York Jets. The Jets have taken the sub role of a sick, dirty little ball club with a pathetic little record. They haven't even gotten to or won a Super Bowl since the year the moon landing occurred.
Oh.
Yeah, a streak that makes them barely worthy of being loved, according to sources close to Rodgers. And Rodgers, guys, is taking on the role of a hard-to-get Dom daddy who has everything those puny little vile Jets want. And yesterday, according to sources, Mr. Rodgers wrote out a list of demands, and he stuffed it right in the Jets' little panties. The list.
yeah.
Yeah, and he said, you keep these in here until it's done. The list, guys, outlined free agents that the Jets needed to acquire before he would give his little pet what it wanted. Yeah, and sources close to the
He calls
Jets
them the pets.
Yeah, well, yeah, he calls them pets. Yeah,
So the
New York
Jets.
Pets. He's a Dom daddy.
I like it.
Yeah, sources close to the Pets indicated that the note started with, quote, show me how badly you want it, and ended with, quote, I want to hear you beg for it. And it was on a crumpled piece of paper on the list.
12.
Yeah, on the list, guys, were Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, and Odell Beckham Jr. And guys, the Jets they were obedient so quickly. They signed Packers wide receiver free agent Alan Lazard for a 4-year, $44 million deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a sign from the Jets to Rodgers that says, I'm a good little pet for my master. No word, guys, on whether the Pets will fetch crazy Odell Beckham, Randall Cobb, or Mercedes Lewis.
Oh,
Me
this
too.
would be so fun to watch. I mean, Rodgers
Can we get them?
and OBJ on the same team.
Can we get them on Hard Knocks, please?
We
Yes,
need to get them on
please.
Hard Luck Nuts. You know that Rodgers is going to try to cure whatever Beckham's got.
Oh,
by
they're gonna
psychedelic
go
drug
to
therapy.
They're gonna go to some like weird retreat together that's supposed to be sober and end up getting so fucked up together. It's like
no toad or hippie chick is safe in their vicinity.
I would love to see the actual demands. I mean, we know the 4 free agents, and they're not really demands; they're suggestions. But you know, if he goes there, there's going to be demands, like a locker room covered, the walls covered with carpet. and
he's
shit
also
like
like
that.
he's like
a chill out room.
Everybody has to call me
yeah.
Brett. Nobody in here can call me Aaron anymore. You have to call me Brett.
For sure. And he's going to require like an hour of darkness. The entire team has to sit in darkness for an hour, like to meditate and weird shit. Like the whole team's going to have to buy in.
It's going to be as weird as the Russ requests in Denver, just very different. Rodgers different, guys.
Isn't it strange though that he's following Brett Favre's exact footsteps?
I think this is just the thing that happens, dude. Like, you know.
Yeah, but this would be like
Russ went to Denver, like Peyton went. I mean, he's not really there in his career, but I think it's just like there's always thirsty teams that are willing to pick up someone's garbage.
It would be like if Steve Young had also gone to the Chiefs late in his career, like Montana. It's just strange that both Green Bay greats may end up going directly to the Jets.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. No, I agree.
Weird.
And then after that, they're going to go to Minnesota. Yeah. I mean, he was only in New York for like 10 minutes.
I would pick the Raiders if I was Rodgers.
The Raiders. No update from
Jimmy
PFT.
G's gonna be banging whores in Vegas.
Dude, fucking Jimmy G's so good. What a slip up. He's so good. He's too clean. He's so handsome. No word if PFT actually texted Lamar Jackson, but I'm gonna find out.
Well, did the Ravens tag him after that episode? I thought the next day they tagged him.
It was it's like
a non-exclusive.
They still have the non-exclusive tag on him, but nobody's really gone after him. I don't think.
Man, I put out a feeler out there. I think that the Eagles should trade Hurts and their 31st pick for Lamar. And I know that might not be a popular opinion because Lamar's
a terrible idea.
But they have 2 first-round picks and the guy who got second place in the MVP who's hot right now. Hurts is great, but Lamar Jackson's so good.
That's true.
They have the capital. I'm just saying, Eagles. Howie.
That's true. That's a classic Eagles fan move to fuck something good up for no good reason.
True.
Guys, let's be honest. If the Jets want number 12 and
Lamar.
He's so good. If the Jets want number 12 in East Rutherford, they're going to have to work for it tonight. Keep an eye on that.
When's the deadline on all this stuff? Did you look that up? I don't know anything about
whenever the trade deadline is. Look, there's no way that Alan Lazard went to the Jets without the Rodgers deal being closed. I mean, like it's just too weird. And sources are saying the Rodgers deal's done. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, Vegas I don't know about Vegas. Offshore Vegas, Bovada already changed the Jets odds to be third favorites to win the Super Bowl at plus 1,000, moving them up drastically, saying it's done. Like Vegas has already said it's done.
So Vegas is saying the Jets.
Vegas says it's done. It's done. That's the bottom line. He's gone.
Wow.
He's gone to the Jets.
If there's anyone that's got inside track, usually Vegas.
Right.
Guys, let's move on.
You think Brett Favre's pissed off right now?
Probably.
I think he's pissed off because he's in serious legal trouble.
So mad.
Yeah, that might be why too.
No, I think he got his charges dropped or something. But he's like sitting there just in his copper fit, just like so angry because he's suing somebody for slander now. So I think he must have got legally. I don't know. He got some kind of win because I saw he's suing somebody, right?
Yeah, just Google Brett Favre news. John Oliver gave it to Brett Favre on this last episode of Last Week Tonight. People are not forgetting.
I'm sure they're not forgetting. I think he's saying he's been cleared or some shit. I don't know.
He stopped caring about it. Yeah,
Favre has got to be upset about this. I'm sure
he's got to be upset. Well, I don't think his daughter's team fared well. Whatever division.
Like 0-13 in conference.
Western East Mississippi State is in. Anyway, guys, let's move on. Let's move on down to Florida. Okay, this is interesting. The Ron DeSantis administration, Florida governor, they revoked the liquor license of a Hyatt Regency Marriott hotel after that hotel hosted a drag queen Christmas. That's the name of the show, a drag queen Christmas. Murray and Peter present a drag queen Christmas hosted by Nina West. I don't know much about it. I did watch it. I watched the majority of it today. Not my cup of tea, but I will say this. Not what you think it is either. Okay, so it's
like
a Christmas
Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's just what I imagine every single drag show.
You know what it is? It's a single performer standing up. Now it's a dude. Remember, you gotta have an eye for that. That's what drag means. It's a dude, and they're wearing like the same type of clothing that like Christina Aguilera might have been wearing in the early 2000s, right? Any pop star. But they're dudes
calling for children. Give me your children.
Yes. Yeah, there's actually there's a little door off stage that they ask all the kids to go into. I don't know what happens in there, but no. Why are they pulling the liquor license to this Marriott? Well, that's because this drag themed Christmas show admitted, quote, persons under 16 during a December performance, and that's according to a 17-page lawsuit, which I read as well. Outlined as part of the complaint is that the show featured, quote, perverted versions of children's Christmas songs. These included an adaptation of All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth, and that contained portrayal of oral fellatio, as well as the line, I'll sit on his lap. He can put his milk and cookies between my gap.
Damn. Yeah. They're going hard.
Yeah. I watched it. It wasn't hard. Definitely the way that I just said it was harder that it was performed. Guys, the show also featured a performance of Screwed Off the Red-Nippled Reindeer,
Nice.
which include the following lyrics. Then one soggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, screwed off with your nipples so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Oh man, they have probably like 6 nipples. That could guide. That's better than a nose, if you ask me.
I know.
Nipples. Yeah.
Think about it, it's double already.
Yeah.
The writer of this adaptation
I think
is
there's
so
6
horny.
nipples.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. I
man.
didn't. That was clever, Mark. I didn't think about that. Reindeer have more than 2 nipples.
Oh, yes,
yes,
so many nipples. Yeah.
Well,
The
is
writer
Rudolph
was
a
horny.
dude? How many nipples do reindeers have? They all
probably
have
at
one?
least. I think they all have at least 6.
They all got it.
Eric,
Yeah.
can we get an answer on that if
Yeah.
you're with us? Yeah. How many nipples
I
do
saw
male-
mommy kissing
already
trans
Googling
claws.
There you go. Guys, the complaint. Okay, so here's the situation. This is what's fucking ridiculous. I'm actually, okay, trans shit or not, this is a drag show. I watched it. It's no less than an R-rated movie. The complaint calls out genitalia being exposed. They had fake titties, like the type you'd get at a Halloween store. Like the type you'd see at like a bachelorette party, like strap-on plastic fake boobs is what they had. But the complaint outlines that the company putting on the show is warned about its marketing materials. So its marketing materials, it wasn't their marketing materials, but when you went to buy a ticket, the post-purchase info said all ages welcomed. And the Department of whatever cited case law that related to a strip club back in the 1980s called Sweethearts. And I couldn't find the case law exactly, but effectively what was going down is kids were allowed to get into this strip club in some way, shape, or form, and there's some really hardcore lap dances taking place. So they cited this law saying, it's a public nuisance or whatever. Anyway, the show they changed their policy. So they got the threatening letter, and they said, okay, we'll change our policy. And they changed their policy to, quote, recommended for audiences 18 plus, and the policy specifically allowed for minors to be admitted for entrance if accompanied by an adult. Okay. Now, I got to take a quick diatribe here. The three of us, back in about 1998, 1999, we went to see a movie at the Worldgate Shopping Center. It was not the best movie theater of the three that we could go to. It wasn't the worst. It was right there in the middle. And it was closest to PFT's house.
Easy to go into the next movie, too.
Right.
It was like a Christmas movie. All I want for Christmas is dudes.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a limited run. But we went to see it, and it was an R-rated film. And we got in there, or we tried to buy a ticket, and a guy, I want to say his name was Gil.
Yeah, Gil.
Gil.
Can't fool him.
He was not having it. He wasn't having it. We thought maybe we'll chance it. See if we can get into this R-rated movie, even though we're not 17. And Gil lost his shit. Now, this is one of these situations where Gil was like when retired people go back to work because they're bored age. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was like,
really wanted to check.
He
the
thought
IDs
his one job
with
was
the
to
age.
prevent punk kids like us from watching this popular raunchy R-rated movie.
exactly. So we tried to get in. Gil said no. And PFT's dad was nearby. So he did us a major solid. And you don't realize this is some cool parent shit until you get older and you're like, oh, that would suck. Your kid's calling you and be like, hey, remember how we went to that movie? Can you come escort us and then sit through the movie with us? Which is what PFT's dad did. So we all got our tickets with our guardian, our parent guardian. We went in and we started watching the movie. Maybe 10, 15 minutes in, we saw a flashlight and we heard the creaking of old bones. And we knew Gil was a-coming. And Gil, it was like he repelled from the ceiling. He just came out of nowhere with a gotcha, like big shocker, totally ruining the movie for everyone else that was fucking watching the movie. Like flashlight in his face.
Remember what he said to us?
What did he say?
He like freaked out when he found us, and he did say like gotcha. He goes, no one pulls one over on Gil.
Yeah, yes.
Like out loud in the movie theater, just declares that no one pulls one over on him, and that we were pulling one over on him. Yeah.
And that's when Gil felt like a real fucking asshole that he was, because PFT pointed to the left of the seats and said, shine your flashlight over there. And there his dad was sitting, our parent guardian escort that he thought had left the movie after getting us in.
Gil was foiled again.
He was foiled again, man.
Gil's a real nut job.
He's like, picture the Simpsons car salesman, also
like
named Gil.
Older though.
Yeah, like same style. Like the failing salesman on The Simpsons. He was like that guy. Yeah.
I like to think of him as the old security guard Cliff from Home Alone 2, but not sweet. Like Cliff was sweet. It was the
grumpy
same age,
Cliff,
but
yeah.
He
nasty.
probably has had both of those jobs before working the desk at Worldgate movie theaters.
Easily. Anyway, it felt really good to pull one over on Gil. But the point of that story is that we were very close growing up. All of our parents kind of shared the same values. And if one of our parents thought it was okay that we could go see an R-rated film, we didn't have to check with the other parents because that's how tight of a relationship we had. Right? There was collective
who cares
parenting.
about R-rated movies?
Well, some people do. Well, some people might say, "Hey, did you take my kid to the R-rated movie
We
before you're 17?"
we were like,
13.
old enough to see R-rated movies.
Exactly, we were. I'm just saying that for some people who might be sitting out there saying, "Oh, well, some parent made a decision without checking with your parents." Whatever. Point is, we got in there because a parent who deemed the content acceptable went in, as is the policy of an R-rated film, 17 or over, unless with a parent or guardian. The same policy that this drag show set up. And apparently, guys, after an adult made the decision that the borderline R-rated content was appropriate enough for their child, the Department of Business and Professional Regulation decided to take away their liquor license, the fucking guild. That's some tyranny ass shit, dog.
Gil was like, I got my eye on him.
You guys want to see the
He works for the
exhibits?
ABC of Florida now.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was that was the one piece of proof they had that a minor came in, and the face is blocked out, but you can't really tell. Those are the fake tits. So it's hard to see because it's a black and white. It was attached to a court document.
What is like a giant? I mean, if you've ever seen a drag show before with like the giant fake tits that some of them wear, it's just that.
Now, what are we assless in the back? That's my only question. In the
No.
back,
They're all like thongs, right?
Okay.
So it's that's how
It looks kind of like a jock strap on the guy in the middle, which is hilarious.
Nothing more than like a gymnast. It's like a gymnast show.
If it's a jock strap, that's better than completely assless. Yeah.
Look, it's not going to be everyone's taste. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Okay, you don't necessarily need to go in there.
But if it's not nudity, I mean,
if you want to take your fucking kid in there, it's literally less than an R-rated
It sounds
film.
like they were trying to comply with what the state was asking them to do.
Oh, 100%.
They still
100%.
got picked on by the liquor board.
the state wants them to not exist. So
Exist.
it's hard to comply with that. Yeah.
So try not to drink any liquor at that Hyatt Marriott, because you can't, because it's pulled.
Sucks.
Anyway,
We should ask Tammy, the realtor, about this because she probably. I mean,
I know,
I
that's
can't
her
imagine
world.
this ever happening in Key West, but this is basically she runs shows like this. So I want.
well, it can happen statewide, baby. I
I
mean,
wonder
right
how
now,
she feels about DeSantis because she's definitely Republican.
Yeah, and so like I wonder what her thoughts on this particular show. Also, I did my internet glitched out there because I was feverishly googling how many nipples male deer have.
oh,
Yeah.
Turns out-
it'd be a great update.
Turns out all deer have 4,
Okay.
and the males are just non-functioning, as
So
all
more than-
males nipples.
Perfect amount for guiding, right? If you were lit. Yeah.
For
Yep,
guidance.
4 on the bottom. Exactly. You got like the running board lights now.
Yeah.
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 All
There
right.
you go. That's the type of stuff you tune into Hard Factor for. Fun facts. Guys, let's move on. Let's go overseas. A Syrian-born Dutchman was convicted in the first ever prosecution, for the crime of stealthing.
What's that?
What
You
what
know
is
what
this?
stealthing
I
is,
saw this,
guys?
but-
You know what
Is that
stealthing?
stalking?
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Banging
Maybe-
somebody and then never talking to them again?
Oh no,
That's-
taking the
it's
condom
ghosting.
off. No, it's like condom. Oh, it's like pretending to have a condom on and like slipping it off.
There you
Taking
go.
it off.
Oh
not showing her.
shit! Yeah, we know what stealthing is. Yeah.
Or as these guys call it, going into stealth mode.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is definitely a crime. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Guys,
that's a crime.
Khaldoon F. That's not his full name because it's Europe. But for the sake of our story, let's just say his full name is Khaldoon Feels Better When It's Raw. Was sentenced. He was sentenced to 3 months in prison, but he was acquitted of a rape charge, man, that he was up against for this whole thing. I guess he stealthed, and the victim was very clear with Khaldoon ahead of time, saying, "Hey, Khaldoon, I know what your last name is, but I don't want to have sex without a condom." But that didn't stop Khaldoon from living right up to his surname.
I know all your friends call you Raw Dog, but can we not?
I only
Yeah.
do it full dog. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know your Khaldoon frequently stealths, but please, just please
I'll even tell the boys that you did it, raw dog. But could you not? Yeah.
Put a condom on, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Khaldun isn't concerned about, I guess, her feelings because apparently he downplayed the incident afterward, sending the victim a text saying, "You'll be fine. You'll be fine."
And then she got pregnant.
Feel better.
She didn't get pregnant.
Problem.
She didn't get an STD.
If you did either
wow.
of those, that's why it should be a crime. Is because if someone says no, and then there's the huge risk of pregnancy and STD, especially if the woman thinks you're wearing a condom.
Good thing for her that neither of those happen. I'm sure she's not dating Khaldun anymore. I'm assuming once you stealth somebody, it's pretty much over, right?
Also,
they find out.
Logistically,
It's
do you leave the condom nearby, and then when you pull out, you just like scramble, and you're like, oh, you like fake.
I guess you just
condom.
Pretend you just threw it on the ground. You throw it next to you, and then when you're done, you just pretend you just tossed it on the ground. I guess
you must have sucked it up.
It's inside you. No, go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then
or is Khaldun
you get out your kit?
Is Khaldun like stealthing and then demanding to finish so she knows?
He's like, don't look at me. After he's done, he's like, he just duck walks to the bathroom.
He makes the full deposit, and then she knows that it's there because she's got the deposit.
He lets him know 10 minutes
Why'd
later.
you spit into it? Well, no, this is something I like to do. I like to spit on top of my semen. The semen's in there, and then I like to also spit in it.
Yeah.
The jig was up pretty quick. Huh?
Yeah, she probably caught on quick. Yeah.
Fucked up. I mean, the worst part about it is like, there's lots of dirt bags out there. There always have been. Men generally, we can be dirt bags. There's no doubt about it. But imagine like realizing that not only did you bang it. I mean, like you usually find out you banged a dirt bag like a week later. Will what you were describing with a ghost.
Not at the end. Of
not immediately.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I made some poor choices.
It's usually like you just never hear from somebody again.
Yeah,
right?
But not. He looks you in the eye and says, "It's on," and then you notice shortly after coitus, it's not. Because
a lot of guys will tell you they love you like on like the first, like within 15 minutes. That's a big.
It's classic.
That's a big move.
It's a great line. That was a line I used to use. Worked every time. With the right women, guys. In a separate case, judges cleared a 25-year-old man out there in the Netherlands after finding that he had not removed a condom at any time, but instead failed to put on a condom in the heat of the moment.
Okay,
this
different story.
Ruben R, which is most likely for Ruben Rawdog, a Rotterdam man. He said he voluntarily asked his partner for a condom, but then somehow, I don't know, in the whole hullabaloo of it all, he forgot to put it on. He literally.
I like sushi.
Oh, that condom!
Everything
Damn.
Raw.
That's why they call him Ruben Raw.
Yeah.
Anyway, the court acquitted him,
Runs
saying
an
could not be
oyster
proven.
bar.
Yeah. Sushi again, Ruben?
Yeah. What'd you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the top story of the day, and it is pretty friggin' interesting.
The cream of the crop!
All right, Michael Irvin. We all heard Super Bowl situation, February 5, out there in Arizona. We're all looking forward to Michael Irvin's commentary over the course of Super Bowl week, and then all of a sudden we hear we won't be hearing Irvin's commentary because he apparently did some real shady shit with a lady that worked at the Marriott, or at least that's what we started hearing. So Michael Irvin filed a big old $100 million defamation suit against the Marriott hotel and its employees. Turns out, you might see that he dropped the suit. He dropped it for a day so he could refile in Arizona. He explains that he's not the most, and this is really silly because he should be way more familiar with the law. Because I looked and he's had a lot of run-ins. So
stabbed a guy in the neck with scissors in a
Allegedly.
barber shop.
He's in his chair.
Right.
But Irvin didn't know he had to file in Arizona, not his home state of Texas. So he refiled. The suit's back on, guys. And in court documents, I guess this is a counter suit. Irving, this is what the woman has claimed. The woman has claimed that Irving, the woman that worked at the Marriott, asked her, quote, whether she knew anything about having a big black man inside of her. That's the allegation. Do you know anything about
strong?
that?
I mean, he's coming on strong. He's saying allegedly he's just he's laying it on thick. Yeah,
He was breaking the ice.
Just asking questions out there. That's all he's doing.
Uh-huh.
Guys, in the court documents, the woman said others intervened when they noticed her being uncomfortable with Irvin. And then it says, quote, Irvin then stated he would come back to find her that week when she was working. Now, that's just a quote. There's no context in that quote. You can really read it a number of different ways. But I like to think of it like that he's like, I'm going to come back and find you. The woman claimed she reported the interaction to management. The NFL got wind, pulled him from the Super Bowl coverage. And yesterday, guys, Irvin and his lawyer held a news conference where they played the video. Now, do you want to watch the video?
Yeah.
The video. I mean, what's the video in question?
So the video is a security camera of Irving coming into the hotel late, not super late night. The bar was still open, right? But he's coming into the hotel, the entrance by the bar, and you can see the woman in question greeting Irvin, okay, them having a conversation, and a lot of other things going on. Now, Irving's lawyer held a press conference with him, and he showed the video and then kind of talked through it. So you're going to hear his voice sometimes, and then it's going to be silent. We'll tell you what's happening if you're just listening at home. But here we go. This is pretty interesting. So this is essentially what Irving and his lawyer are showing as a vindication, right, of his innocence in this incident. And here we go, guys.
See this.
Right there. You see how she stuck her head to the right? And now pause it.
Okay, here she's coming around a corner. He's saying she stuck her head out to see Irving, to notice him coming in the door. Not really, if you ask me.
She's way ahead of Mike.
What?
If she was to continue at her same speed for her
trying to
job,
avoid him.
she should be way over in the bar in a second, but she clearly slows down so that they're going to intersect at that kind of juncture where you have to walk in the bar. So go
What are
ahead.
you talking about?
He's claiming that she wanted it. She wanted to talk to Michael.
She didn't slow down.
So Irving's got his jacket right there on the right-hand side.
In fact, she tried to walk into the bar
This is
and
the
then
shake I talked to you about in the beginning.
pulled
He
her
has
out.
to talk to her, yeah.
This
So they
guy over
shake
here with
hands.
his hands on his hips is the angry manager, okay? Watch his expression when he does. See the claps? I don't know what that is. Then he comes up here and you can see he's visibly frustrated at what's going on somehow with her. Now, as you can see, they have friendly interaction.
Oh, she's being a slut again.
Her body language does not say that
That
she's
you
enjoying
see
the
more
interaction.
space from him than he does when he's talking to any male at any point in the bar.
She's saying that he's
backing away from
So
him.
y'all probably
saying
should keep more space when he talks to you.
Oh, he's dropping the dick line right now. You can
Right.
tell. Yeah.
So the manager's upset. He's
That's
pacing a little
hitting
bit.
his hands. He's upset.
9
over there
inches?
On the left. Whatever that
I mean, she just keeps like trying to stay away from him, and
He's being
he's
aggressive
drunk.
with the hand motions.
You can
and
tell
everything.
he's drunk. Yeah,
yeah.
He's like kind of like
Well,
leaning sideways.
This could have been a cocaine corner. It's Michael Irvin.
It could've been. So they're chatting. She seems like she's being like, okay, well, yes, sir, you are a guest of the hotel. It's that kind of vibe right now. She's got her hands crossed, clasped.
He's like
at her
really
waist while she's
shifted his
standing.
weight back and forth while he talks, kind of leaning backwards.
He's rocking. They're chatting.
Kind of drunk.
It's like
9
a-
inches.
You ever know anything about a big black? He touches her her elbow.
Yep, that was aggressive.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then
She steps back a little
backs
bit.
away, and
Yeah,
then,
he
Touches
does
her
it
elbow
again.
again.
Oh,
and then
Yeah.
backs away again.
Got her hands behind her
Now
back.
she's
Yeah.
got her
Right
hands
there,
behind
the
her
attorney
back.
claims he told a joke or she told a joke. That's what the attorney's claiming. She told a joke
okay.
right there.
He walked in closer to her. She didn't back up at all.
What?
What? What is this guy
They're
talking
shaking
about?
hands.
Attorney's insane.
Okay, they're shaking goodbye. Watch the shake here. See, she's kind of pulling a little bit.
Watch the end interaction here. Because she's going to kind of, when the people come up, she'll kick her leg.
So he asked her to go into the
She walks
bar.
off, she's still talking to Michael over the shoulder, all friendly. There you go. Kicks her leg. And see right here, she's going to look back over her shoulder and take it with Michael.
Okay.
That was the welcoming over the shoulder
You
look.
see him grab her, and she follows that ball.
So he's claiming that the manager grabbed her. Right, he slaps his face. Look at this.
Oh yeah, he's
3
trying
times.
to sober up.
Yeah, Michael's hammered.
He's
I
trying
mean,
to sober up.
you
He
could tell
he
that.
He just
Yeah.
definitely hit on it. He just definitely talked about his dick to a
Now
to a
Michael
lady.
walks
So
out
he slapped
to go take a
himself.
selfie with
Right.
her.
He's
Stupid
like,
Michael.
he's
Stupid
like, well,
Michael.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I like to think he's slapping his face like, "Woo, Michael, you bad boy."
I don't know. I mean, that's the
Just
thing.
trying
Is
to
you can
sober up.
interpret this any way you want. What is the defense lawyer? He's a fucking mind reader when he watches these things.
Dude, I mean, my favorite is at the top when he says that you can see how she crooks her head around the corner to notice Michael,
Oh,
and
that's
then
Michael Irvin.
slows down to meet him.
Bullshit.
all of the things he said she was doing were bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean,
bullshit.
right.
But now, if he just said something about his penis without pulling it out and was just kind of sexual, that's not great. But does that mean he should have been kicked off all the Super Bowl stuff? I don't know. What was there?
yeah, I
was
mean,
there
I don't know.
more?
I mean, that sounds like a settle out of court thing. That sounds like a
Is that why he wasn't on the Super Bowl stuff?
Yes, exactly that. Specifically,
is she
that.
suing him over this?
So no, he got escorted out. He got escorted out of the hotel the next day. They like woke him up and they were like, Irvin, you got to go, bro. And then it broke.
Yeah, I think there was probably more to
Irvin,
it than
you
just
gave the
that
dick line
conversation.
to the chick.
I think
No, that
he
was it,
partied.
Mark.
I think he partied. Maybe called the front desk looking for her. Maybe like some more.
Well, he said he was gonna come find her while she's not working.
Right.
No, look, man, that was it. The Marriott released that. That was the Marriott's evidence
It's
of what went down.
Could be construed as sexual inappropriateness, or so I don't know the laws, and she can definitely do whatever she wants out of court. But
She's
I don't know.
definitely backing away.
I don't know if ESPN or whoever the fuck needs to kick him off for the whole weekend, unless there was more to it.
It was just all verbal.
Yeah.
I mean, So.
Well, I mean, look, the reason it became a thing is because that happened. How big of a deal was that? I don't know. We don't know. But ESPN or the NFL,
more to it.
It was the NFL that kicked him off.
I think he was a pill all weekend. He's probably driving 150 miles an hour on cocaine and all sorts of shit.
Mike was on a bender.
Yeah, I think he was on a bender.
They just put him on ice. They were like, all right.
They got ice him down.
Mike.
Yeah.
The NFL kicking him out. I mean, that's bad for his career. So that's what he's suing for. It's a defamation lawsuit, $100 million. I mean, who knows if they're going to get it? I don't know. It seems crazy, but
$100 million.
What should they have done?
I mean, I don't know why is she suing him? Is the Marriott suing Michael?
No.
Like,
he's suing the Marriott.
I know for the defamation, but like
they countered with their answer. With
so
their response.
All they wanted was to get it brought to light, and then the studio heads took her word for it, and then proactively took him off of work. I don't understand all that. Like, why didn't she go to the cops?
I think he's got a point. I think he's probably got a legal point.
I don't even know if he should sue the Marriott. He should sue fucking ESPN or whoever he works for that took him off the.
Yeah, he didn't commit a crime, so I don't know why he was removed from. I mean, he was probably being an asshole for sure. And so if they're pressing charges against him for what he was said to her, then I could see where you could, take somebody, like put him on the shelf. But even then,
there's more to it. That's what I think.
Yeah, there's got to be more to it, right? There's got.
Wouldn't the Marriott have released that shit then?
I don't know. I'm saying I think the studio heads did their own investigation, found out what he was doing all weekend, and decided to ice his ass down and not put him on the air because he was fucking a lunatic all weekend.
Yeah, it could be true.
Yeah,
I think it was that was a big piece of the puzzle. But I think they're did a little bit of research and they found Michael in a pile of cocaine in his bed at the Marriott, and they're like, "All right, we can't do this."
I mean, based on that tape, it seems weird that he would be kicked off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
But he was. So there you go. Hopefully he gets his $100 million. Because that segment, the cup of coffee, was brought to you by. No. I mean, who knows, man? I don't know.
The more to the story needs to shake out.
Right. If that's all it was, then he's probably going to win. Yeah.
He's probably going to win. My favorite was that they went after the manager. That's what it was. It was that Michael talked to her, and then that made the manager mad, and that's why she lied and said that he.
What are they implying? That the manager doesn't like black people? Is that what they're?
No, they're implying that the pesky manager
is the cause of all of this.
Is dating her?
Right. He was like, "What are you doing talking to her? What are you doing talking to her? You're supposed to be at work," and then she got reprimanded, and then she was like, "Oh, I got to make something up to not be reprimanded."
He escalated it to a point where then it got escalated, and Michael saying basically he got fucked out of money, but for no fault of his own, but he didn't commit a crime.
I think you should sue the company he works for.
Well,
yeah, I agree. She was just saying that the manager was yelling at her, and she was like, "It was Michael Irving's fault." Guys,
somebody's probably paying Irvin some dollars.
Yeah,
he's getting paid. He's fine, but you know what? He's not fine with thickness of hair. And I think and like I was looking in the mirror the other day, and I noticed for the first time in my life I'm thinning up top. But luckily we have Nutrafol.
God.
And you can thicken up that hair if you start using Nutrafol. I just started using it because there's nothing worse than looking in the mirror and be like, damn, is it going? And it usually compounds. It comes when you're feeling old for some other reason, like you're fat or your knee starts hurting, and then bam, there's the hair loss. Well, you can at least deal with one of those things. Not the fatness, not the knee hurting, but the hair loss. You can thicken it up. Get ahead of thinning hair with Nutrafol's whole body approach to hair growth. This is no drugs, no compromises. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement. It's clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Nutrafol's hair growth nutraceuticals go beyond genetics to multi-target the root causes of thinning, including stress, hormones, nutrition, metabolism, aging. that knee that hurts, lifestyle, the whole body situation, guys. It's physician formulated using natural medical grade ingredients. Nutrafol's drug-free, patented technology provides consistent, reliable results, and it don't mess with your sexual health. That's mucho importante.
Thickens everything.
Right, exactly. And that's how you
just
can
makes
tell.
you healthier. It's a
Yeah.
great vitamin.
Although Michael Irving needs Nutrafol for his hair, maybe it'd be great for him to get on a different drug that would mess with his sexual health. You know what I mean? In a clinical study, men showed progressive improvement in hair growth and thickness after 3 to 6 months. Nutrafol is also trusted and recommended by more than 3,000 top doctors, and those guys went to school for a long time. And you can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show, support Hard Factor. Come through by going to Nutrafol.com/men and enter their promo code Hard Factor. That's one word to save $15 on your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere. It's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Sorry, Canadians. Plus, you get free shipping on every order. $15 off. Go to Nutrafol. That's NUTRAFOL.com/ you know what you are, men. And throw promo code Hard Factor. One word in there.
Nutrafol. It really is the best in the biz to thicken that hair. And also, what's the number one reason that you or I don't invest in new shades? You guys got what's
Crypto market took my money. Too expensive.
If they break,
yeah. For me, Pat, they are too expensive because I know I'm bound to break them.
I'll lose them.
You guys nailed them exactly, or you lose them. What's the point, right? Why are you going to spend the money on that? Then along comes Shady Rays. And breaking or losing my sunglasses is no longer a concern at all. And you get them for a fraction of the price of the big name brands. Shady Rays are durable, built to tackle all of life's outdoor adventures. Their styles are timeless and on point, options for every single head out there. Every head, they got you covered. Plus, all Shady Rays have polarized lenses for crystal clear vision and strong sun protection. That's the real test of a good pair of sunglasses, the lenses, and they got the best. Speaking of strong, here's why I don't worry about losing or breaking my Shady Rays ever, because every pair of Shady Rays is backed by their industry-leading lost and broken replacements program. Break or lose your pair, the second you take them out of a box. As soon as you get your Shady Rays in the mail, you break or lose them, don't worry. They'll send you a replacement pair for free. Shady Rays isn't happy unless you're happy. That's why they give you 30 days to try them out. And if you don't like them, you can exchange them or return them for free. With every order, Shady Rays impact program works with nonprofits worldwide to make an impact on the lives of children and young adults, like building play sets for pediatric cancer patients and creating adventures for young adults with cancer and MS. You and Shady Rays are making an impact together. It's good causes, incredible shades, free replacements, supports the podcast. There's nothing not to love about this Shady Rays deal we got going right now. And what's better than getting one pair of Shady Rays and not worrying if you break or lose them? Getting two pairs. Go to shadyrays.com/hard factor and use code hard factor for a limited time. When you buy one pair of Shady Rays, you'll get a second pair free. That's SHADYRAYS.com/hard factor, code hard factor to get a second pair of Shady Rays free. shadyrays.com/hard factor, code hard factor.
Be like Steven.
Ordered three.
Nice.
3 pairs. Steven is ready
pairs.
for the summertime, baby.
Yeah.
Bad boy summer.
Also,
Comment
a
from
lot of
Steven.
a lot of people for live comments join us 7:15 Eastern every night. We can read them. A lot of people are saying Pat did a Murdaugh thing with the Irving.
Oh, Irving. What is the name?
Look, it's Michael Irvin.
Yeah,
VIN, no
yeah.
G. Oh man,
They
All right,
Murdaugh'd
thanks for
you.
clearing that up.
it's fucking hard. You try it. Try to say Irvin.
I know you said it a lot. Yeah.
30 times. You're gonna.
Did you know an Irving or something?
No, it's a more common spelling of the name.
Yeah.
It's like someone forgot to finish it with the Irvin.
Irving. All right.
Growing up, it was Michael Irving to me. It was Michael Irving. Definitely growing up, it was like, hey, check who's your favorite receiver? Is it Michael Irving or is it Jerry Rice?
And they were like, well, I hope you go with Rice because the other guy doesn't exist.
Yeah. Who'd you say you wanted to draft on your fantasy team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the listener submitted a lightning round.
Living on the edge of a lightning bolt, and I do not apologize for that.
A throwback to the old What the Fuck Wednesday podcast where every single story was submitted by listeners. And today I've got some doozies submitted to us right from the Hard O5, the listeners of the Hard Factor News podcast. Thanks to Alex, Aristocrat, Charles, and P. Fitz for these. Big Fudge also sent in a video. I don't know if you guys heard about it. The Lufthansa flight from Austin to Frankfurt nosedive during dinner.
Insane.
Oh, shit.
Absolutely
McConaughey
insane.
on that?
Absolutely. Maybe so. Yeah, absolutely nuts. 7 people were hospitalized. Lufthansa was like allegedly asking people to delete the footage from their phones. Nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
I think McConaughey was on it, and he like spoke out about it like 2 days later because he was so shook up, and he was like, "All right, I was on that flight. It was fucked up." Him and his wife.
Fucking crazy.
It was during dinner service, which that's how you know God has a sense of humor.
Right. Airplane dinner plates everywhere. Food everywhere. Just wild. Yeah. So nuts. So thank you, Big Fudge, for that one. But we're really starting this lightning round off in the animal kingdom, where it is also, definitely still very crazy. Take, for example, this drunk man in India who ended up climbing into the lion enclosure at a zoo in Delhi. Check it out. So, volume's real low. We can talk over it. See him? There's a lion in a tree and a man next to the lion. He's drunk, apparently.
You'd have to be, right?
He's right in front of the lion, like right in front of his face.
Whoa, that's what the fuck?
Whoa, the lion goes after him.
Lunges at him. Oh, and he doesn't care. He's getting big.
Swats at him. Yeah.
He's treating the lion like you treat a bear.
I want to get that drunk, man. I want to be
Being
that drunk.
was the way to handle it, and then now he's playing with the lion. The lion
tamed it.
Accepts it.
He's like Aaron Rodgers, and the lion's like the Jets.
Yeah,
dude, that is so drunk to be lion appropriate. New York Pets.
You're taming lions, no problem. That's drunk.
This is why you can get in fights with people, because they're not intimidated. If they're not intimidated by a lion,
look at him
tells it to go.
Walk. Look,
you get out of here. You get out of your own enclosure.
The lion's listening. The lion's listening.
He's shaming it now.
Oh shit!
The lion's obeying his commands.
What the
That's
fuck?
sick. That's sick. I hope that's a viral marketing stunt for some sick show or about a drunk lion tamer.
Yeah, like Jackie Chan's drunken kung fu shows.
Probably
I
not,
wish
though.
I wish it was, Pat. I tried to find out exactly when that happened, and I think it was December 2022 for that particular drunk man in a lion cage. But it turns out this happens all the time in India. I saw articles from 2016 onward every single year. Drunk Indian person in lion cage at zoo every year.
It should be an exhibit. I mean, it's gonna get deadly sometimes, but it should be an exhibit.
It's a rite of passage for them, for the Indians.
Yeah.
People in Delhi
become a man. Yeah.
It's not even their big cat. You'd think they do it with tigers, but no.
Yeah.
It's more exotic if you're in India to go into the lion cage, I guess.
True.
And if you think wild animal stuff is only happening in India, think again. Not only did we have the Dallas Zoo bandit earlier this year, of course, you guys remember that, but now we have a man-eating zebra in Circleville, Pickaway County, Ohio. So
I didn't think they had sharp teeth. Maybe I'm thinking of
Zebras?
cartoon. Maybe I'm thinking of cartoon zebras. I thought they had like
they have a lot of them, Mark.
They're
and
like
they have
veneers.
Strong
I
mouths.
thought they had veneers like in the cartoons.
It's mostly molars, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean they can't bite your arm off if
Damn.
they try hard enough. So,
All right.
Let's see this fucking zebra, Will.
yeah, Pat, a 72-year-old homeowner named Ronnie Clifton was attacked by his own male zebra that he owned
not his
for
own.
some reason.
Come
That's
on.
embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
Especially- you know they told Ronnie that was going to happen.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Is like you can't be mad because it's
And
yours.
he was like, no.
And you can't hide it. Like my wife got
Not
bit
Duchess.
by one of our cats, like the only cat that bites, like 10 years ago, and we had to like lie about it, like, and because it was embarrassing because it swelled up her hand
yeah.
and she had to get checked out. So we had to like lie about it because we didn't want our cat to get be known as a biter or get taken away. When you
Right.
lose an arm, you can't really hide it.
Proof's in the pudding there. Yeah, no, everybody's going to know. Apparently, everybody in town loved Ronnie's zebras. They would like see him walking around the yard, thought it was cute to take pictures in front of the fence and whatnot. But the male, he was mad this Monday of this week. And he was so mad that the police had thought that the zebra had fully bitten off Ronnie's right arm, clean off, totally off. But luckily, Mark, the Grant Medical
Not
Center,
clean off. Well, there's no way it was a clean bite, dude.
dirty off.
Yeah.
They thought they bit.
It was stringy, dog.
The zebra had bitten his right arm.
Ronnie
dirty
Zebra
off.
needed a toothpick after that, man. I'm telling you.
But guys, luckily,
Whoa.
the Grant Medical Center was able to save Ronnie's arm since the attack. So
It's jacked up, but they saved it.
yeah, probably so. But
It
here,
looks like a streamer, but they saved it. Yeah.
he's got it still. He's got the right arm. Here
Can't
is
throw
the
a football.
terrifying.
Yeah, his hands are like pom-poms.
It's going to be tough. The vortex at the
They
beach is
saved
going to
it.
be tough this
Yeah.
year. But hopefully he gets back in there eventually. Here's the terrifying 911 call from the incident, guys.
I got attacked by a zebra.
What attacked you?
A zebra.
A zebra?
All right, one more time. It's
Oh,
just
Ronnie,
absolutely
dude.
terrifying. You hear the horror in Ronnie's voice. One more time. Here it is.
I got attacked by a zebra.
What attacked you?
A zebra.
A zebra?
Oh, poor guy,
She
dude.
doesn't believe him.
Funny as fuck. I'm sorry, but it's hilarious.
Poor guy, bro.
She doesn't believe him.
What happened to the zebra, man?
A referee?
That's right, a zebra, guys. And the scientists, they weren't surprised at all. They said, well, they're definitely wild animals and still have like kind of all those wild instincts and behaviors, said Dan Beatman, director of animal management at the Wilds. He added, male zebras are territorial. Their job is to get and hold groups of females that they want to breed, and he'll be very protective of those against any kind of challenger at all. And it turns out Ronnie Clifton owned one male zebra who has a harem of 5 to 6 females on his property, and therefore the one male zebra will fade its own owner on site to the point of biting his arm off.
Oh, he got so laid after he bit Ronnie's arm off.
The male zebra
Ronnie's just
comes
watching him fuck all these zebras while he's got it. He's
Ronnie's-
fucking the zebra. He's fucking the women.
Ronnie's sitting on a log watching the other zebras, and the zebra comes up, wraps his arm around Ronnie, says, "Hey, Ron, you like what you see out there? It's pretty good, huh? But you'd like to get you a piece of that, wouldn't you, Ron?" "Nah, man, I'm cool. I know what you want, Ron. You want that, don't you, Ron?" And then you got to take him out, man.
Yeah, he
He's
took
gnawing my arm off with a giant erection. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
that
did
was
I
a bad
tell
day
you,
for-
Ron?
That was a bad
That's
day
my
for Ronnie,
harem.
watching his male zebra just with a huge erection fucking the other zebras while his arm was detached. Yeah,
It was tough.
It's tough.
And they
I-
called
I don't know if you
911.
should feed it right now, Ronnie. It looks
Yeah.
pretty erect.
If you come, bring help, but be careful. He's about to spray.
I don't know, Ronnie. I've never seen him. I've never seen his zebra penis that hard.
You
He's
know they have a
flexing.
term for it too.
He's flexing his
charged
buttocks,
up
Ronnie.
today.
Ronnie, he's really flexing his buttocks. I'd get away from the back half. Yeah.
He's so horny today. Right. And so the zebra guys, you're right, Mark, probably got a couple of quick ones off, but he was
Yeah.
so jammed up that he even charged the police SUVs when they arrived. So there's the zebra.
Oh yeah, he
There's
was he was full of jam.
Yeah.
Is this Ohio or the Serengeti? This
Right.
look at that photograph, man.
And so he charged the police SUVs when they arrived, and the cops eventually had to put the horny zebra down to protect the kids in the area. Of course, that's so that way they had to take him down because he was just too horny, too jammed up, too
Don't make me
excited.
say it again. It hurts to say I said a zebra.
Dude, I'm telling you, Mark. That's why when you were talking about that cat story the other day, that's why I was like, oh man, I'm surprised that they're illegal in Ohio because all these fucking exotics go down. Ohio is like the mecca for exotic animal
It's
ownership,
impressive. Yeah, it's like Texas, like with the Tiger King style stuff going on. It's they got a lot of wild game out there.
Did you grab the body cam footage or no?
Oh, Pat, I did. I just didn't clip it all down.
It's too much. Is it them killing the zebra?
Well, they cut. I don't think the police actually released that frame, but you see right up to it. I just figured you guys could. The zebra is like he's so horny and moving around the whole time that like this photograph.
It was always going to end this way.
This photograph of the zebra charging the cars is that gives you the feel of what was going on. Right?
What the hell did you do to him, Ronnie? What the hell did you do to him? He's real worked up, Ronnie.
Dude,
how's he get this horny, Ronnie? It's incredible.
Apparently, Ronnie's son said, "Shoot the dumb bastard if you have to." When the
that was Ronnie's son. That was Ronnie's son guiding the police. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Well, he told his dad to not fuck with the horny zebras, but
R.I.P. to the horny zebra. He had a great run, whatever his name was. They didn't release that, and I'm happy for Ronnie that he gets to keep his arm in the end of all that. Hopefully,
I don't know, Ron.
Maybe
maybe wait to feed him till his zebra dick softens a little.
Yeah. Ronnie, he's not even using his legs. He's leaning on his penis to stand. That thing's fully erect. It's like
Dad, you remember?
Kickstand.
You remember what happened the last time you tried to feed him and he was this horny?
He's like hopping to us, bouncing off his penis coming over here.
Oh man.
It's like a pogo stick.
I don't know. There seems to be a pretty solid stream of semen just leaking from his penis there.
Yeah, the shrieking doesn't sound so inviting. That noise it's making from its mouth doesn't sound like a "how you doing."
I think you wait an hour. He's not going to know the difference if you feed him then, Ron.
Yeah. Why don't we just go have another beer and come back?
Is it Ron or Cliff?
Ronnie.
Ronnie. Okay.
His friends.
Ronnie Clifton.
Yeah.
All right.
Glad he's got his arm still. And finally, if you didn't think that lions and zebras were scary enough, how about a restaurant full of robot employees cooking your food and hopefully not killing you when they get angry because they'd have knives and like hot stuff.
I'm in. Well, you can't get can't get a robot hair in your food. You know what I mean?
It's true. Well, if that sounds like your kind of thing and Pat's thing, which it does, it sounds like it is. You're in luck if you're in Texas, Pat. If you go back to Texas, because 100% automated McDonald's are coming to the Lone Star State this year for testing. It looks like they're coming to Fort Worth first, and McDonald's stresses that they'll still have a human in there helping out for now.
Inside the robot?
No, just for now. But eventually,
it's gonna get
Ronnied.
It's going to get Ronnied by the robots. It's going to be an armless human in there.
I got to tell you, this is a terrible point in robot evolution, right? It's just like humans, right? Like what you go to school, you get out of school, you can't find a gig, so you're farting around a little bit, and you get a job in the service industry, and then you get beat down, and you get beat down, and you get beat down until you can't fucking take it anymore. And then what happens, guys? You either quit or you punch someone, and that's what's going to happen with these fucking robots, man.
Yeah. Well, what are the odds they make it to Ohio and Ronnie's in charge, and he calls and he's like, "What were you attacked by, sir?" He's like, "A robot," and they're like, "Okay, the zebra guy. Okay."
I don't know, Ron. That robot's looking pretty erect right now.
Sir, you need to calm down. I can't calm down.
This happened with a zebra before.
I'm the zebra guy.
Hey, Ron, I know this might not be the best time, but which one's worse? Which one's worse to get attacked by?
Probably the zebra.
Definitely the fucking
robot's dick is metal, so that's tough.
Yeah, the robot will make it clean, man.
Why didn't you wait till the robot was less horny, Ron? Yeah, no, I hate this. This sucks.
Yeah, it's tough.
I gotta love it, bro. For the most part of McDonald's experience, the worst part is dealing with the people working at the McDonald's. For the most part, I feel like.
I guess so. Let's see. Let's see if they can get the ice cream machines working. Then we'll give them a pass.
Right, exactly. And so we've probably mentioned this before, but it's a good time to remind everybody that hopefully McDonald's robots are a little bit better than the delivery robots they already have out in California. This is Hood Views TV on Instagram, and you see what they've been doing with the delivery robots out there. Wait, it's not letting me add it to the stream. Sorry, guys.
The robots are preventing you.
Basically, this guy, the robots are. I think they're like, we don't want to be abused. So this guy is on the sidewalk, and he's like he's telling one robot to turn its lights on, and it runs into another.
Oh, Will's dead. All right, let's move on to my section.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice work, you idiot, trying to fuck with the robots.
Will just got taken out by the
You're
robots.
toast. You're toast.
Let's move on to my section.
He knows better. He knows
yeah.
better.
I have a couple guys you need to keep your eye on or give a wide berth for you today in the creep corner. It's the creep corner. First up, get a load of this guy. That's 31-year-old former Maryland elementary school librarian Charles Sutherland. Will, you back?
Yeah, that's crazy. We had crazy weather. Crazy.
Did you learn your lesson, Will?
We're pretty sure the robots got you.
No, I mean the robots may have, but I think it's the wind like took something out.
Well, if I were you, I would just thank them, and that way we can move on, and they don't do
All
it
right.
to you again.
Yeah, we're going to the creep corner. Unless you got one last thing to say about the robots, I wouldn't.
Those robots are pretty fucking creepy if they just did that to me.
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, he's gone again. Okay,
No,
let's move on.
I'm kidding.
You kicked him out?
I'm kidding.
I kicked him out.
I'm kidding. That was me. That was human intervention.
I thought the robots had me at
Holy
first.
shit. I thought that was good, Pat. All right. So they're coming. Here we go. So Charles Sutherland, creepy guy, right? That's a creepy picture. He's a 31-year-old former Maryland elementary school librarian.
What's going on with it? What's going on down below at the bottom of that photo? Is he holding up like it's like the same photo? He's holding up a badge of the same photo.
Are you not concerned with his mouth?
Yeah, it's chewing on like marbles or something.
Yeah, no, I am.
You're looking at the badge thing? What's up with his face?
You're right. Let me focus.
It's like
on
Marlon Brando.
Looks like bees stung side of his face.
Man, you know what he looks
Like
like?
he ate 6 bees.
He looks like if when the police hand out like cartoon pamphlets on things to avoid for kids, like stranger danger. He looks like what would be illustrated as stranger
you're onto
danger.
something here. He's pretty much every parent's worst nightmare, way worse than the librarian handing out the LGBTQ graphic novels to the 5th graders in the story last week, right? So here's the deal. Charles likes to tag. Do you know what I mean by tagging? Do you know what tagging is?
Graffiti?
There you go. You nailed it. He likes to graffiti spray paint his calling card, whatever your cool name is. And that's exactly what he did when he spray painted Groomer into the front facing of multiple libraries. Now, so in Maryland, all these libraries, a couple of libraries get this Groomer tag, and the community and authorities start thinking that this must be a hate crime because these particular libraries were having LGBTQ friendly events and handing out like booklets to people and stuff like that. They were focusing on being pro LGBTQ and then having like events and stuff like that, as opposed to some other libraries that just weren't. They're just being normal.
Okay,
Or,
so
like,
you might have been having them.
So they thought it was a
Queen reading
right.
hour.
Sure, exactly. So they thought, okay, Groomer is attacking. He's a hate crimer. Turns out he was just tagging his name because when they found out it was Sutherland and they searched his house, they found a bunch of child porn and
he was voicing his support.
Hey, he's just Groomer. That's his tag. That's his tagger name. Groomer.
Oh man, I'm always looking for an example that very clearly explains the saying. I think the lady doth protest too much.
Yeah, this
is this one of this is a solid example.
Well, the next one's pretty good too, Pat. Stay tuned.
Wait, so you're saying he was trying to pose as an anti-pedophilia guy, but in reality he was just a big pedophilia guy.
How do you get him off your back, Will?
I think his tag name is Groomer. I think he goes around sketching Groomer all over the place.
They call me the Groomer.
I do. I groom.
The least they can do is take the hate charges away from the guy, right? But the sick bastard, when they went into his house, they found a bunch of child porn on his computer. They also found a child-sized doll that he probably fucked or finished on while watching child porn, as well as a ton of diapers and then normal sized dolls that were children aged. So he had a child sized doll and then he had normal dolls that were children all over the place and diapers, which I don't know if he wore the diapers like when he was doing his things or if he put the diapers on the doll that he fucked
himself.
Yeah, he poops himself while he's doing it.
Oh no.
I read that he got busted for the spray paint shit, and then the cops were like, "Okay, can we search your house?" And he was like, "Yeah, you can search my house," knowing that he had that fucking child doll in his bed.
He answered the door in a diaper. Yeah,
he let them search the house.
No. The normal sized children dolls were in his bed. The
In
child
his bed.
doll was next to his computer. The child sized doll, the big doll, was next somewhere else where he keeps it. All of the normal sized children dolls were arranged in a sleeping pattern that he sleeps with.
So what they got? Did they just like put him in the electric chair right there? Where,
Come right
they
in.
send this guy? Yeah.
Yeah, you'd want to shoot him when you walk in and you see what's going on in that sick bastard's house. It was like the Neverland Ranch in there on the bed. But again, I don't know what was going on with diapers. I'd love to.
You guys
love
want
to find
some
out.
tea?
Yeah, Groomer's a real sicko. He offered them diapers. Would you like to?
You want to search my house, hey? Yeah, I don't think I have anything that would be a red flag. Come on in.
Yeah. Do you want to take off your shoes, Groomer? I'd love that, but also,
I figured most people have a doll like this.
yeah, babies don't wear shoes, so I would like you to take off your shoes.
Fuck that guy, bro.
Yeah,
Whoa.
he's playing baby crying sound effects on YouTube while whacking it. Anyways, throw that guy under the jail.
Yeah, which they are, right? I mean, Maryland's going to take care of that, right?
Rumor's done.
Did they find more? When the article first broke, it was like I'd never seen this before. They said that he had like 7 images. I've never seen like a number.
7 files. They said that could have been. It could have been movies and stuff like that. Look,
7 too many.
They only found 7, which is 7 too many, like you said. But that coupled with the cum-filled child-sized doll, the children dolls in his bed, and him wearing diapers was enough to be like, "There's more. When there's smoke, there's fire. Let's just kill him." Yeah. So, anyways, all right. Last
you guys
one.
think the robots may have caused this windstorm in Reno too?
Yes, they probably moved the wind turbines faster.
It's true. I didn't think about that.
I'm under attack over here, guys.
We can't hear it though, so that's good.
Good.
Wait. Your gun isn't in a digital safe, is it?
Oh no.
Like you don't. Your safe doesn't have a digital.
No,
keypad.
analog, lock and key, baby.
That's smart.
You just hear.
Wait till the robots have key fingers.
Yeah, that's not good.
You're fucked in. You ever seen T2? They got key fingers.
Yeah.
And by the way, will you haven't received any packages recently, have you? Just if no, it's fine. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Tons of packages.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. You'd
All
know.
sorts
Okay.
of packages. All right. Okay. Next up, last one. Not nearly as sick as an individual as far as we know as Groomer, but this is a very funny, creepy story, and also a case of the lady doth protest too much, or what Pat was saying earlier. Meet Tennessee Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally, who looks like if a cartoonist were to anthropomorphize a Scotch blotch.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. Yeah, if you had AI.
Can you AI me a human Scotch blotch?
I want a human Scotch blotch.
I would love to watch.
He looks like the real version of the character based on one of the guys in Cheers. You know, like
right.
Cliff.
He's the real Cliff. He's the real Cliff.
AI Cliff the later years.
You think Cliff the character drank a lot?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I would pay to watch him and Steve Bannon. This guy and Steve Bannon just crush a bottle of scotch together. Just watch their faces get like bright red.
Wouldn't last long. That bottle wouldn't have a chance.
He looks like a fucking lesion or a pimple that's just right about to pop.
Whoa, AI, that's almost too red and realistic. Come on. Has that guy ever been to a doctor's office?
You don't want to go when you're drunk, Mark.
No, I mean, the doctors will be like, whoa, cancel my other appointments today. If a vampire drank his blood, he'd have alcohol poisoning.
I love that he's wearing a shirt with red in it, so you can just kind of get a sense, like a gauge, so that to compare how red he is.
That's the skin tone off, you know.
Yeah, really. This guy can pinch himself and get drunk again with the blood.
Gosh,
anyways,
so what did he do?
Well, it's all good to make fun of him. It's all good to make fun of him, by the way, because Randy, who has announced he has temporarily suspended all personal social media activity, his personal social media activity. This is the Lieutenant Governor of Tennessee. While people are calling for him to resign from that lieutenant governorship, is a married man that supports anti-drag and LGBTQ laws. And he also likes to get drunk and log onto his Instagram and leave sexual comments on young naked gay men's Instagram posts from his verified account, Lieutenant Governor McNally, which has a recent picture of him as the avatar, like this one where he goes 3 hearts and 3 fire emojis to Finn, his favorite gay boy that he likes to comment on. Here's Finn unblurred. There's Finn's butt, and he not only did the 3 hearts and 3 fire emojis, but he also left a comment saying, "Oh, Finn, you could turn a rainy day into rain and sunshine."
You gotta
Oh,
prove that
my
this is real
goodness.
because that's just too good. I mean, like, do we know that someone didn't
On
hack
his
him?
real
with
account. How drunk is he? He doesn't realize he's not on his burner.
No, he admitted
three
to a
fire
pack.
emojis.
He
He admitted
even
to
made-
it. Come on.
Yeah, no, this is the best.
Which means, Mark, he picked up the lingo of the gay kids. Because what man at that age, he's
Fire emoji.
73 probably, throws
70,
three
yeah, I
hearts
think
and
they're 71 or
three fire
72.
emojis.
79. We'll get to 79. Yeah.
One that loves that particular model.
He also isn't that he's savvy enough to want to pick up the gay lingo, but not enough to know how the rest of the internet works with him using his own name on the Instagram, right?
I thought it was a direct message.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty much it. When asked what the fuck he was doing, Randy said, in hindsight, I can see how this looks bad, but I was just trying to encourage people. You see, Finn needs his encouragement or he won't post his pics in underwear. Here's another one of Finn in his underwear where he said, super look, Finn, and then claps.
Super look.
Here's Finn's face a little bit more tame, and he says, very good, Finn, and then a heart and 3 fire emojis.
Who taught him that?
I don't know.
You got to admit that's a pretty advanced dichotomy to have like the classic thinking it's a DM but commenting on one end of the spectrum and then the 3 fire emojis on the other end of the spectrum.
I want to know where he found Finn. I think
Well,
that
he was
the
just so
fire
horny.
emojis is the easiest part.
The picture with the fire emojis just set him over the edge. This guy he was so horny.
One day drunk, he went for it, and Finn probably DM'd him and was like, "Hey, are you the actual lieutenant governor?" He's like, "I am, Finn." And, like they probably started like a relationship when he accidentally got drunk one day, and then it went from there. Randy McNally also went on to say, "Quote: I believe every person has value and deserves respect, regardless of their orientation. I am a 79-year-old and was raised in a time when homosexuality was deeply shameful, and I absolutely still hold traditional Tennessee values dear. But I now have friends and even a relative who is gay.
That's crazy.
An awfully close relative, Randy, like
Is
an
he
identical
trying to
self.
say that Finn's like Finn's like a family friend he's supporting?
No, he's just trying to say tell his Republican constituents that he still hates the gays, but he kind of doesn't. Like he's like, I still
Well,
don't.
he doesn't because he loves dicks
because he's gay. Yeah,
he loves assholes and dicks.
Can you believe the timing that just as all this stuff's coming up, I learned that I have a gay relative? It's just so ironic.
I went overboard trying to support my gay relative, okay? And yes, I took it out on Finn. Great guy, that Finn.
And yes, I wish Finn would take it back out on me.
Would sit on my face, yeah. Would fart in my face.
Have you seen Finn's bottom?
Yes.
I'm just
like
trying to
apple
support
bottom.
it.
He's so thin, but his butt is huge.
Have you seen Finn's Finn?
He's got so much potential.
man.
He just needs to unlock it.
Yeah, he does.
And
So
I would
Randy-
like to be that key for Finn's little
He would.
little rear lockbox in the back.
I've only got so many years until the robots get key fingers.
Yeah, I got to get ahead of the robots. They're going to get to Finn. So Randy's obviously on thin ice because while it's not, at all bad to be gay or comment on gay people's half-naked photos, it is when you are married and said in your apology that you don't support gay marriage at all and do support anti-drag and LGBTQ laws as an appointed political figure. That's not okay. So Randy internet scammed himself.
Randy.
Yeah.
Try to explain your way out of that one, man.
Randy. How many thousands of dollars do you think he sent to Finn? Follow the money on that is what I would guess.
It's also sad for Randy, like, because now, I mean, his whole family. It's just like, dude, Randy, you've been wanting to suck Finn's dick for like how many years?
You're
and just
waiting
holding it under the
79
surface.
years to do what you want to do.
It's going to rain a little more hollow when he's like, Betty and I have been married for 54 years. And they're like,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, he's waited 3.2 Fins, right? And he's never once
He's doing the
never
cheers.
once
Everyone, listen, I'd like to talk to my wife, Betty, now.
given into his
yeah.
desires.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's show. Let's bring up the wheel.
Oh yeah, we grab that wheel. Wes is the wheel master, so
Yeah.
it's just it gets me out of sorts to have to pull it up here. Here we go.
I want you guys to know what Wes does with the song every evening, the changing the song. What that creates for us on the back end is an opportunity to make a mistake every time you're editing the show is what it does. And I really appreciate Wes for doing that because
I like
think
it,
you,
though.
I think you guys enjoy it. I
like
can't even tell you how many times I've had to re-export the fucking show because I forgot to.
He's just training you.
He loves Wes loves a jam.
No
and he
music today, though, right?
Likes to be the DJ. This is going to be the traditional wheel spin. Oh, whoops!
No, it's fine.
Shit!
Will's
the
internet.
robots.
Uh-oh.
The robots just stopped me from spinning the wheel.
Wheel of time.
Actually, I just clicked the wrong button. Here you go. Wheel spin. Traditional.
All right, it's going. And it landed on me.
Whoa! 4 in a row.
Well, Pat had 1, but 3 out of 4.
Oh, yeah, but including the high 5 spin. 4 in a row.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So there it is. I will have your coffee tomorrow if hopefully the robots don't come to Austin, and we'll be good to go. But we hope that you guys all get out there today and you have a great fucking day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.